Alright, I was doing my daily swoop of Best Buy to see what pre-builds they have for people looking on a budget. I always like looking for sales and doing reviews on them. That's pretty much what I do, but I stumbled across this gaming PC right here, the AMD Ryzen 3 2300X, 8GB of RAM, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti, around the same price as this one, actually the exact same price as this one, which comes with an AMD Ryzen 3 3100 and RX 570. So we're going to be comparing the 1050 Ti versus the RX 570, and you can clearly see that the RX 570 does beat it in every case when it comes to FPS. The only thing is the RX 570 does use more power, so your hydro bill would probably be a little bit more because this one would use more amps. Amps times volts equals watts, and amps is what they charge you with your hydro bill. But I don't think the extra dollar, couple bucks a month that it would cost to run this is worth not getting the RX 570 versus that. Next, we have to look at the 2300X, which is a very weird processor, versus the 3100. I believe the 2300X, if I'm not mistaken, only comes in pre-builts. I don't think they ever really had a market for it. So you can clearly see just across the board that it does have a single turbo speed that is higher when it's not overclocked, but number of cores is 4. Hyper-threading, no, yes. So this one has 4 cores, 8 threads. This one is 4x4. So that alone, you can just tell that this one's probably going to be better for multitasking. You can overclock the 3100. You can also overclock that one. Just overall, that this one is better. This one runs at a higher DDR4. So if you do get 3200 and a motherboard that can support that, you are going to have a better time. I don't really see any benefit really of going with this one. Not one at all, pardon me. Yeah, I would just simply go with the one with more cores. More cores and more threads are usually better, especially this is the new generation. There's only a couple times where a CPU would beat it. So if you are going with a pretty powerful GPU, the Ryzen 3100 would beat the Intel GTX, Intel 9100F. But if you are going for a proper one, the 4-core or the 4-thread on Intel actually beats it. It has higher clock speeds, and most games still favor Intel, but I have a feeling that's going to be changing pretty soon with the upsales of Ryzens. I bet game testers are going to be trying to make Ryzen customers more happy, because that's the massive, I guess the population is more buying towards that, so you want to make the masses happy. It's why it's kind of better to always stick with what everyone else is going for. Like, if everyone is buying something, I know that it's stupid to follow the crowd, but you have to think that they're going to be testing games for that, where whatever the majority has, whatever's going to help them get the most sales. But yeah, like, it's not a bad PC, but for $600, like, clearly this one's better. It has nothing to it, even in the specs, that really make me think, like, oh wow, that's a way better deal. The case doesn't look anything special. The keyboard doesn't really look anything special. And then across the specs, nothing here is like, wow, that's how come it's that much money. It's not like it has a massive hard drive. It doesn't have 16 gigabytes of RAM. It doesn't have super fast RAM. It doesn't have anything that would make me choose that. So if you are looking at PCs, I would probably just avoid this one for this much money. I just don't think it's worth it. And it doesn't look like it has any fans there. That's weird. It's showing that it's got holes here for fans, but then you go over here and it's an entire solid wall. I don't get that. Like, there's no way you would slip fans. Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't get it. So I would probably just stay away from this PC.